Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. You're looking at the wall. Yes, I'm getting ready for dinner. We're having a really great dinner tonight. For those of you that are new here, I'm a professional intuitive empath, and in my past iteration, I was a classically trained chef, French chef, actually. Not French chef, but classically trained in the French escoffier way. If you guys know, then you know. Listen, I want you to understand one or two things. First of all, you deserve luxury, you deserve happiness, or whatever. Tonight I'll be dining at one of the best restaurants in the country, and I'm so looking forward to it. The second, that's not the point of this message. It's Mercury retrograde. I need you to avoid the Hoovers, beloved. My favorite comedians say that. Avoid the bookings, beloved, on Friday when people usually get arrested in their area of New York. Well, I'm going to ask you to avoid the Hoovers, beloved. It's retrograde. Exes are going to come back in. And they can come back in a myriad of ways. It can be in a dream state. It can be they actually show back up and say, you were right the whole time. I miss you. I'm sorry. Can we get back together? Can I be your friend again? Even if it's not an ex in a love way, a platonic way. People will try to come back around to get back into your energy field. Be careful. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. The word Hoover is a derivative of a word, literally Hoover, the vacuum cleaner, which is what narcissists do to suck you back in after they've discarded you. Not everybody you've dealt with is a narcissist, but everybody you've dealt with wants to get a hit of that sweet energy. They become like crackheads. I was listening to one of my favorite readers talk about this, and I thought, my God, I have to give this message to. She was talking about something that happened with her where she got hoovered, or someone came back in to apologize and wanted to tell her, like, oh my gosh, you were right. But here's the thing, a lot of us get crucified. A lot of us empaths with insights, a lot of us intuitives and earth angels get crucified because we will be trying to communicate with somebody something, and they think that we always just want to be right, that we're know-it-alls, or they get really like territorial, and they're like, you just want this person's spot, you're jealous, whatever, whatever. And guys, I've been there. I've had someone who loved me dearly, who was an actual soulmate, give me really good advice about some BS I was doing, and he wasn't wrong. He was absolutely right, but I was so immature, and this was 10 years ago, but I was immature and I didn't hear him, and I wish I would have avoided whatever he was telling me, beloved. So I'm going to tell you that I am not just the person who's always right. I'm the person who was dead ass wrong and didn't listen to good advice from a well-meaning soul who really loved me. And so I have warned people that I've really loved who were like, get fucked expeditiously, get fucked actually, get fucked immediately, and then crucified me. I have dealt with people who were going along with my spirituality, but really they were Christians in their heart, even though they weren't actually Christians. They were slores and whores. I just got to call a thing on this fine Monday. In the year of our Lord, they were actually horrible people, issues of sexual issues that you couldn't even compute, calculate, or prescribe. However, what I will tell you is that they were looking at me with the side eye because their Jesus, in whatever capacity they had it, means that they couldn't love me right or couldn't be honest with me. And as soon as they could align with someone who had more of their quote unquote special brand of I'm gonna fuck everybody Christianity, then that's where they went. But that's fine. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved, because I've had those people want to come back energetically. I've had those people want to come back actually. Friends, like, tell me again. Tell me again, can we be lovers and friends? It's not a good look, baby. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. They're coming for you. I feel like winter is coming and you have real work to do. These white walking zombies are wanting to suck your energy. The reason that they want to come back is because your energy is tasty. And when they were hoovering you, see, a lot of people get high. Ooh, I get so high when I'm around you, baby. I can touch the sky. We make people's temperature rise. And these ungrateful, unaware, unevolved crazies that we always think we're saving because we need to do our work will be around us and they think they are so magical. We love people so well that we empower them to hurt us. Message. You hear me, guys? We love people so well that we empower them to hurt us because they think they actually don't need us. They don't understand our value because we didn't really spell it out for them. And we're not explaining energy transmutation and how we were elevating, lifting, protecting, and edifying them. So what happens is they get so full of themselves, they're like, get lost, F you. They treat us terribly, and then maybe we get lost out of self-preservation and pride. And then when they are away from us, they're like, oh my God, That person got me high. That person helped me get punch drunk love. Have you ever seen Crackheads in Love? Crackheads in Love is a hell of a thing. It's hilarious, but it's also sad. Those people feel like crackheads to our energy. They are down bad. They are missing you. Think about Interview with the Vampire, Lestat, in that moment where he's like, I'm going to eat like alligators or anything because they just need a hit of the blood. It's not good though. We are fresh and good, juicy, magical supply. So after you tell someone, get lost, use a lie. Use a lie is a colloquial phrase, which means you're a fucking liar, okay? Meaning you are a lie. I'm not going to play these games with you. When we take our power back and we're like, oh no, I was your supply. I was giving you life. I was giving you energy. And then they'll be like, die, 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 or Romeo must die. And they think that they can get rid of you. Fine. That's fine. Get rid of each other. Move on. It may take years for someone to come back, but they never, ever miss the opportunity to because they realize that they were wrong. And they realize maybe they needed you all along. There are very few people. It's a very small percentile of people that will actually change and understand that they need you. Not when I say they need you, I don't mean in a codependent way, but like, wow, she was a real good person to me, or he was a real good person to me. I wish I would have stuck and stayed it out, or I wish I would have listened because I've really never had a friend like that, or a lover like that, or a husband like that, or a wife like that. You fill in the blank for whatever you were. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved, because for a lot of us, it was narcissists. These are not good people that have evolved and that figured out they were toxic and went to a good amount of therapy and now they're working out their real issues. These are people that are full of fuckery and people that want to just get back in to get a hit just to like validate their own ego. Like, she still wants me. He still wants me. No, we really don't. No, I really don't. No, we really don't. I've had that happen lately. This is with friendship dynamics and platonic people for myself personally. So y'all always know I will teach what I'm experiencing and teach what I've observed. And I've had it happen where people have tried to come back around and I'm like, I don't give one single fuck about you right now. And I never will again to the degree that I ever did because you tried it, you showed me who you were, and you were horrible. And that's okay, that's fine. Go be your fake Christian self, go be your fake pious self, go be your whatever. Once I see who you are, I divest. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Expeditiously, get the fuck out. Like you have third degree burns. Get out. It's not a joke. It's not a game. These people are there to drive you insane, and they will do so. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. They want back into your energy because they want to give you their pain. That's the exchange. Do you understand? It's not a good one. You're not getting like stocks and bonds. You're not getting anything valuable. What you're getting is someone who wants to use you, is someone who wants to abuse you, is someone who misses abusing you and using you, someone who sees you going on to live a really lovely life that they could never be part of because all they caused you was strife, someone who didn't believe in the life you were going to live and told you, get on with it. What is taking you so long? Meanwhile, back at the crazy punch drunk meth lab farm, they were always wrong. They never got it right. And now it's demons that they deal with in the day and the night. Day and night, that's some Kid Cudi shit. Their mental illnesses are running away with it, running away with them, running away with their friends, with their kids, with their personalities. And they want to get back in. Empath and Earth Angels. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. The demons are coming. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. The Exes are coming. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. The people that tried you, that didn't value you, are circling like sharks. Oh, the shark eats. It came out tonight when I was channeling earlier. I have some videos that I did that were not lives that I'll upload. And I channeled that song, Mac the Knife. They are fucking sharks. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. Don't go back. Every friend that has tried to circle back, I have karate chopped in their throats energetically. Any friend that has never really seen it for me or didn't actually fully believe in me, I'm not dealing with it. We can be friends from a distance. The world looks blue and green and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, those haters want to be up close. But if they get too close, you'll catch a fright. They are haters still, and they don't wish you well. Keep them from a distance and tell them to go to hell. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. Listen, here's how I know you're still working on some ego stuff, and I'm not judging you, but I'm watching you and I'm looking at you because I've been you. is because sometimes when a narcissist comes back, we get that ego stroke too, don't we? Message. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to talk about it for real? You thought it was just one sided and we're also evolved? No, that's not true. You're not on this channel believing that, my sweet booze. We have work to do always. Sometimes a narcissist will come back and will be like, oh, my heart's all aflutter. They've never apologized like this before after they trampled my heart and made me stutter and hurt my feelings and told me I was a nutter butter. I had someone many, 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 many years ago. This was a platonic friend, and she was a piece of ish, and she was one of the most argumentative, horrific narcissists I've ever been around. She wasn't the covert one you've heard me talk about recently. She was passive aggressive and insidious and a demon in her own way. This was different. This was one that loved to fight. I called her 9/11 because you could be talking about turning the lights on or off, and she was taking it to the towers falling. She was terrible. Anyway, and what I mean is she was just argumentative and horrible and went for the jugular at all times. But what she did teach me was how to fight. She also picked out a mean earring, and I've taken that with me in my life. You can get positive things from the narcissist, but divest and leave them immediately. I don't need to be with that bitch to shop for cute jewelry. You see what I'm saying? Some of us get attached to these one little good trait that the narcissist has. Every day Jesus sends, someone says, I like what you're wearing, and I am not around that crazy narcissist, and she is not causing me to lose years on my life so that she can help me pick out jewelry right. I figured it out, you know? Anyway, that's a message for some of you guys that are like, but they have this one thing they do. And I don't care if it's sex is the one thing they do, if it's jewelry, if it's loving your mama, if it's allegedly loving you. Trust me, boo, God will send you the skill set to figure it out for yourself or someone else who will do it better than they ever did. I am so grateful. The grief she caused was not worth a good jewelry trip. In any case, she apologized to me, and I was at my desk, and it was after she'd come up to my job, wreaked absolute havoc, accused me of craziness. She was living with me. I felt sorry for her. Narcissists will use their sob stories to get you to feel sorry for her. She had mother wounds and all that stuff, and she was living with me at my mother's house at the time that we were in our 20s, and she was trying to ostracize me out of my mother's house, hashtag narcissist, flipper and switcheroo. She was entitled. You remember that skit from Dave Chappelle, Fuck Your Couch? She was that. So, in any case, she comes up, makes my life a living hell. We don't talk for a few months because I'm like, this is crazy. I want to fight this bee. Yeah, me, Monad, who is a pacifist, who is like a nonviolent person, was ready to punch her in the throat. And I was like, this is interesting. Probably we shouldn't be around each other. I didn't understand narcissism and all these words yet. But I divested from her. Just energetically, I listened to my angels. And so she apologized to me. And I remember telling my one sweet friend who was a Christian, she came up and she was like, God has the spirit of forgiveness. And she sent me a note at work and she was like, I love you so much, and things have been so hard since you've been away, since you've been gone. Yeah, since I was gone. She couldn't breathe for the first time because everybody was like, you're a bitch, you're full of shit, you treat people horribly. I don't even know why Modette was your friend. People were starting to treat her the way she'd always treated me because the world had no patience for her BS and her tomfoolery. You get it? So she was actually, because narcissists are like children, like coming to cry to me, like, mommy, 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 clean my boo-boos. People are mean to me. People don't like me like you do. And I was looking at her and I was a dummy because I hadn't learned my lessons yet. And I was like, wow, that's the best apology I ever did get. What she wanted to do was pull me back in to punish me. How dare I leave her? How dare I be free? How dare I be happy? I learned my lesson with that one, never to be repeated ever again. Any narcissist that ever, ever, ever wanted to be my friend again after I left has her to thank, because I never will look back. Thank you, Yvette. I will say her name. You saved me from so many re-hoovers later in the game. I understood also how to pick a narcissist's brain. She was not treated well by everybody else because no one else was coddling her BS. You get it? How many of you guys coddled people's BS? No one else was letting her energy vampirize off of them. No one else was dealing with her argumentative bullshit that was circular and made no sense. No one was dealing with her illogical trains of thoughts. No one was dealing with her scamming, hustling, or Autobot arguments. No one was dealing with it. Now, I've dealt with covert, malignant, you name it, but the lesson is the same for each of them. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. That was a Hoover. It was classic. It was textbook through and through. Now there's lots of studying that we all can do, from Dr. Romney to the crappy childhood fairy to Robertson to Dr. Sam banking. If you want to understand narcissism, we have a bank here on YouTube of information, a wealth, an encyclopedia. I teach it, anybody else is teaching it. We all have been through it. If you're on this channel, it is not an accident. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. They are not heaven sent. It's not the thing you prayed for. Fuck them. You get your closure quietly. You get your closure privately. You get your closure from songs and messages that your angels send to thee. You get your closure away from the crazy. I don't want to go back and be anybody's booski or baby because they think they miss me and maybe, just maybe, they might choose me this time. One of the things that the reader talked about, and this is how I knew I had to make this video, she said my story, and I thought, oh, I thought it was just me. It's so funny. Even after all these years, you still think it's just you. She said she was in love with a man desperately, cared about him so much, helped him, believed his sob stories, believed his mother wound, all that stuff, and he wouldn't choose her. This girl has none of my physical issues, meaning she's not a plus size woman. She's skinny as a bean, does yoga every day, living the American skinny legend dream. And she's gorgeous and lovely and intelligent, but she's a reader too. And she said he would not choose me. And I'm thinking, why wouldn't he choose you, girl? You're the aesthetic. Like, I don't get it. But she said I wasn't his type. And when I told him I loved him, looked in his face and treated him right, he acted like I was crazy. He would use my readings against me, and he would listen and watch them and try to like manipulate me with them. Now, here's what I experienced, and maybe there's a reader here listening. I didn't have that person use my readings against me, specifically the last covert narcissist. I had the third party that she was dealing with use my readings against me because the narcissist had no fucking boundaries, as narcissists don't. They're fucking kids. So she showed someone my channel, and then that person got to spin it however she wanted to, unbeknownst to me. I remember one message specifically because I had caught on to the fact that they were watching, where I predicted, and I was doing a reading for their sign specifically a couple of years ago, and I predicted that there was going to be an abundance of sex. Well, that third party was very vexed and scared. It was sex between them that I was predicting. It had nothing to do with me because I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't touch that covert narcissist with somebody else's penis or vagina because I knew that it was a lark and it was going to get me unwound and crazy, and I didn't want to be involved in their karmic sludgery and drudgery and their spiritual STDs. I wanted no part of it. So she was using that like, oh my God, you're a friend and I'm Christian and da 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 da, and she's talking about sex. That's not right. I knew exactly what to do because those fucking narcissists aren't that bright, but people will. So in any case, my sweet ladies, be careful because people are sometimes watching you that want to hoover you, and they'll watch you for a long time to see what you do. Who do you love? Are you for sure? And can they get back in for just one more? And the one more is one more hit, one more fight, one more time that they get you down bad. That narcissist tried to be my friend, the first one I told you about, again and again and again, until one day I finally let her back in, and this is how you learn your lessons, by getting hit upside the head. I let her back in years later, and she asked me for a reading. Now, this is after she, as a narcissist, spent years degrading me, telling me that my readings were terrible, that they were horrible, and that they didn't work, that I didn't know what I was doing, and that I didn't understand my worth, and that I wasn't good at business. Well, now I'm an entrepreneur. Now I'm an entrepreneur, and I've had a CPA for years, and now my taxes are filed, and I don't have those cares, meaning I take care of things in a way that a narcissist spoke over me wouldn't be possible for me to do or see. Also, I am tested and proven, and statistically, it's why I say it here. It's not me being braggadocious for no reason. When a narcissist injures you, you'll spend some time trying to prove, like, wait, am I crazy? Were they crazy? No, I'm one of the best in the country at what I do, and it only grows and grows as things will also positively grow for you. But that was because I had a narcissist look me in my face and tell me I wasn't shit. So now I'm tested and proven, and it's archived. It is statistical. There is nothing that narcissist with her loser life could ever come against me with, as she's going from job to job and trying to subsist off of which man's penis she can pull it from, that being the money, okay? I'm not dumb, nor am I ever that high strung or strung out. That's not what my life's about, but that's her life. But she wanted to project that on me, you see? That was never my life. I got it out the mud, actually. She would know nothing about that. I got it out honestly. I can file my taxes with my head held high. I'm not scamming hoes. I don't have to lie. I am what I say I am. Anyway, that is a bygone that went by, but she wanted to be my friend. She didn't want to be my friend again. She wanted me to give her a reading. Because now the readings seem to be real, and now other people were talking about them, and now her sister found me on whatever channel I was on or whatever I was doing. And now it's validated, even though I was in her life and in her face, and I was tested and proven, and I was giving her advice that was exactly right, predictions that were coming true down to the second, to the hour, to the night. However, it didn't matter because narcissists are going to narcissist. And I told her so. The way you want to make a narc run and go when they're trying to re-hoover you, avoid the hoovers, beloved, is you tell them the truth. I said, you didn't believe in me. You didn't believe in anything that I did, so I'm never giving you a reading. In fact, you're the reason I don't do friends and family for realsy, because you tried me so much. What I can do is meet up with you for a coffee, and we could look at each other as acquaintances, you hateful bitch. That's how I dealt with that. She didn't want me back as a friend. She wanted to suck me in again so she could discard me, so she could feel like she got her one-upsmanship because she felt bad that it was me who'd done it. Me, her fat friend, me, her friend that she didn't think was as good as her. And this was a black girl. This was a girl from New York, so this was not any racial stuff, but people are still shitty. It doesn't matter what walk of life they're from. And I understood the assignment. And I said, I'm not the one that's dumb here, but you will not try me or use me or get an ounce of a reading out of me. Not today, not ever, not for the rest of this year or any of the years that we live. Avoid the hoovers, beloved. That narcissist taught me so much about how they will try to come back into your life and be tempted to touch. And when I go back to the part where I say, if they didn't choose you right away, you're not going to be chosen. And that's not to hurt your feelings. I'm saving you trouble. The last narcissist I dealt with couldn't for 20 years figure out how we could ever make anything work out. But she could figure out how to make a crystal meth lab work out. And she could figure out how to make all of the situations in her life that shouldn't work. Oh, they could all work. But any situation with me where I was giving honestly, I was actually building and trying to help her build, she pushed that away and treated me terribly. Couldn't just decide. It was always someone else that was better than me, and these were some nobodies, and that's the fuckery, and that's the mind game of a narcissist. You will really be looking around like, wait, I don't get it. I don't understand. Wait, what am I not doing, or what should I do? Nothing. And halfway through, my angels were like, girl, please look at please look at these stupid slurs she's comparing you with. These ignorant, crazy people that are actually sick. I can't even call them bad words because they were mentally ill. And they were like, this is not your red or blue pill. This is the hill she wanted to die on. Don't let it be the one she tries you on. Avoid the hoovers, beloved. When she comes back and she's like, oh, like Scarlett O'Hara with her hand to her head. Oh, you were right the whole time. She was horrible. Yeah, bitch. Because I do this for a living. Because I pay attention. Because when I love someone, whether I was psychic or not, I'm going to give you the best wisdom, energy, and insight that I've got. I'm not just talking ish to talk and hear myself. Don't let someone who treated you so badly, who put you on a shelf, who couldn't decide, who didn't treat you well, who chose other people that were mentally actually ill over you and then threw it in your face, girl, don't let them re-hoover you for nothing. Don't even let them get the satisfaction. Fortunately, the way my ego set up, thank you, Leo, thank you, Leo, thank you, Taurus, thank you, Scorpio in the 8th house, fuck her forever. And anybody else. Yes, yesterday I made a video that said, forgive and forgive them. And guys, energetically, I wouldn't be living the life I am if I hadn't done my work there. But don't ever think and get it twisted that they could come back in without a care and be like, you know what? I always thought you'd be here and we could be friends again, right? No. Not only can we not be friends, I'm going to cuss you out in ways that you haven't even imagined that someone could cuss you out, because I actually read books. Because I actually don't just do crystal meth in my spare time. Because I actually know how to put words together. And sometimes they're channeled from the divine. Not every time, but sometimes. And don't you let me get on a cuss out that comes from my angels. Because I will hurt your feelings from your toenails to your mother's toenails in the next life. And I mean that. And I mean it with no recompense. Everything I say will make sense. And it will hurt everybody in your family and your soul. So I don't like to be in that position where I lose control. So I avoid the hoovers, beloved, because I get incensed. Like I'm the narc slayer, like many of us are. I'm not the only one. There are an army of us. If it's about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it's a series and we're all in it. Fuck them forever. Don't go back and don't let them come back to you. I wish I could give you a little bit of what I had for any of my ex boos, ex friends, or ex whatever. You could watch me from a distance. It looks nice, doesn't it? You could have been here, but you didn't care and you treated me like dirty underwear. And so we will part ways forever. I am never going to ever give anybody that time of day, but it's Mercury retrograde and they are coming. White Walkers on the way. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. They have nothing new to say. They don't care about you. They don't really want to play. They just want some of that awesome energy and they're desperate for it. Desperate. Desperate for it. Because you ignoring them is the worst thing that's ever happened in their life, because all of the supplies that they were triangulating you with, they realized were never right. They realized weren't going to ever give them anything. They need 7 new people to replace one of you. That's how you know that you have real work to do in this lifetime. Do not underestimate yourself. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. They drag you straight to hell and they incarcerate you. They have nothing to edify you with. These are not people that fed you. When I think of that covert narcissist, God bless her, wherever she may be, but she gave absolutely nothing to me but the best breadcrumbs that she meagerly could spare because she was too busy everywhere else. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved. I want you to think about what that person did to you, what they gave to you, what they wouldn't give to you, how they treated you, how they wouldn't communicate with you. I can be fine and I could be like, and I hope life treats you well. Yeah, I do. I hope you get all you dreamed of. And above all this, I wish you love. But I would love for her to stay the fuck away from me forever. Avoid the bookings, beloved. That's what I love. I have no compassion for that person whatsoever. And that is a thing that you need to protect yourself in order to never go back down that fresh hell where someone is playing games with you. Once someone does that with you and you've loved them so completely, there's nothing else to do but to avoid the rehoovering and the bookings. Avoid the hooverings, beloved. The bookings, beloved. The bookings is where you get arrested. Don't get re-caught back up. Caught up. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. Don't want them to sing you love songs. I don't care about their telepathic communications. I don't care about none of that. Shut it down and don't look back. It's Lot's wife for us. Don't turn into a pillar of salt. The only kind of salt I want in your life is the salt you use for a divorce. Get it right. It's a salt that you use if you're spicing something up. Maldon, those beautiful diamond crystals, those are special. Maybe Fleur de Sal, something straight from Paris. Maybe you want Himalayan salt. Maybe you're all American and you want Redmond's Red Rock. Fantastic minerals. But the saltiest you can be is what I just said to thee. Do not turn into Lot's wife. We don't look back. You're never going to get it right because they have no right in them to get. They only exist in the left. You understand? Avoid the Hoovers, beloved, and ask God what's next. All right, y'all. I just need you to hear that from my soul. From my soul. Hey, Sabala says, good afternoon, Monette. Happy to listen to you while I paint. Hey, I love painting. Let me know what you're painting. It's Mercury retrograde season. Let me stay inside. Girl, stay inside. Have a good dinner. Real talk with Gilly. Hey, you got cut off yesterday morning. I know your phone died. I hope you're having an awesome day. Yes, Gilly, I was telling you that the way you were manifesting, you were speaking love over me. You were saying, I'm so happy for you. And I could hear in your energy, I could feel it, that it was genuine. And I was wanting to teach to other people and to you too. That's how you manifest a good life for you. I've done it myself. And because a lot of these narcissists and toxic people look at us when we have good things going on and they're jealous and it's not coming from a good place. We're like, oh, that's so nice for you, but they're hating, right? Gilly, you were coming from such a pure place of happiness for me, and my angel said, let him know this is how you manifest quickly, is when you see someone else ascending, really be happy for them. When I wanted a house, when I wanted a car, when I wanted all these new things in my life, I would watch people get them and I wouldn't have strife. I would be like, that's awesome, that's amazing, they got their blessing, I know mine's next. Okay, so that's what I was saying to you the other morning when we got cut off. All right. Gilly says there's always more shadow work to do. Yes. It's our fairy godmother, says FTF. Dr. Romney is amazing, Gilly. Oh, man, I love that. Alakazam, a bickabiddy bam, a dee boppity boo. You know what's so funny, SDF? I played the fairy godmother in high school in the play. I was a fairy godmother. I had a big like purple iridescent dress, and it was fantastic. So Alakazoo, a bickety doo. I should know the words, but I don't. Bippity boppity boo. Put them together, and what have you got? Bippity boppity boo. I love that. I'll take that. I'll take that moniker. I embrace that. Let me be the fairy godmother of no more fuckery. I wave my wand and I set you free. Avoid the Hoovers, beloved, expeditiously. Fairy godmothers do rhyme too. It's kind of my jam. I guess my angel said, you have more work to do. I received that happily. I love you guys so much. I'm going to get my makeup done so I can go have this fabulous dinner. And I want you to avoid the Hoovers during retrograde. Stay inside Simbala. I'd love to hear what you're painting. Simbala designs. I love it so much. And painting is so therapeutic and good. Paint something and manifest something for yourself too, not just for others or whatever you are doing. Anyway, love you guys so much. Come back and join me next time, and we will continue to avoid the Hoovers, beloved, and evolve together.